Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today we're trying out a really fun team that was used by Eduardo Cunha to get to number 1 on the ladder just a couple of days ago. This team features a lot of cool stuff like Tailwind Braviary with Choice Scarf, Life Orb Hydreigon, Incense Primarina, offensive Ferrothorn with no body press and iron defense, Haze on Dusclops, and Safety Goggles Arcanine. So there's a lot of cool stuff here. If you don't know who Edu is, you should definitely check him out. I've linked him in the description below, as well as details on this team, including a rental code and a paste. But Edu's been one of the best players in the world for the last couple of years and is very, high up on the ladder all the time. So this is a really neat team. Choice Scarf Braviary is not a Pokemon that you see very frequently, and it is able to catch opponents off guard, either with fast Tailwinds or Tailwind into Dynamax turn 2, and they get these really, really powerful max strikes off. Base 150 power max strike is just super, super strong. People often don't anticipate that. So, excited to try out this team. Once again, all the details are in the description below, so feel free to give it a try yourself. Thank you to Edu for publishing this team. Congrats to him on hitting number 1 on the ladder just a couple of days ago. And thank you to everyone, as always, for watching Road to Ranked. If you enjoy, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. Question of the day, I want to know what your favorite Dragon-type Pokemon is with us trying out Hydreigon. Hydreigon's really interesting because obviously it's very, very weak to Fairy-type Pokemon, but now that Whimsicott and Togekiss are no longer in Series 6, now that they've been banned, there aren't that many super strong Fairy-type options, so it kind of opens the way for Hydreigon as a super strong Dynamax option. So, excited to try to get some games in with it. Hopefully we get to Dynamax it, but either way, it should be really fun. And we're up against some really interesting stuff here today. First game, Sylveon, Kangaskhan, Dracozolt, Cobalion, Kingdra, and the Urshifu. Okay. So Hydreigon looks good. It definitely looks decent. Although Max Primarina is probably a little bit more consistent here. I'm thinking we just want to go with the top 4. Braviary, Hydreigon, Arcanine, Primarina. And I also think we want to go maybe Braviary, Hydreigon. Especially if they don't expect the Scarf Braviary. Because, you're not... I feel like you're not going to fake out into Braviary out of fear of it Dynamaxing and Airstreaming. Part of me is, perhaps we should bring the Ferrothorn to wall the Sylveon a little bit, but I think Arcanine Primarina is fine. Kingdra here is what really surprises me. There's no Politoed. Another thing I have to worry about is Scarf Kangaskhan beat up into Cobalion. Maybe I should have given that more thought. What happens if that... Oh, actually, if that happens, it's fine, because I can just Tailwind turn 1 with Braviary, and then we have speed control. Tailwind Earth Power into Cobalion, bring in Primarina, Geyser it. Well, that's the lead. Oh, dear. Okay. It's definitely Scarf Kangaskhan here, right? There's no way it's anything else. Or just slow. It could just be slow, I guess. Okay, I mean, like I said, what I want to do is Tailwind and Earth Power, so that if you knock out Hydreigon, I get the Primarina in for free, and then I can double up onto Cobalion. Because Cobalion definitely Dynamaxes here turn 1. So we have Arcanine Primarina in the back. I could also, maybe the Kangaskhan isn't Scarf and it's just slow Cobalion. I could Draco Meteor into Cobalion if that's the case, but I feel like Scarf is a safe assumption to make here, so I'm going to go for the Earth Power. We meet again, Kangaskhan. It's been a while. But my opponent has one of those teams where it's it's so cool, honestly. Even if we lose, we get to see a lot of cool stuff come out, so I don't mind too much. Yeah, let's see. I guess my opponent could just fake out Braviary here, but I wouldn't mind that. Oh, they just went for fake out. Okay. Did they Rockfall that slot too? No, it's Knuckle. Maybe they Knuckled into that slot though. Okay. So it's not Scarf Kangaskhan. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I mean, I want to Tailwind Draco Meteor right now. Tailwind's pretty safe here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Tailwind Draco. I like that. I might lose both Pokemon here, though, because if, Life Orb Recoil into Cobalion one-shotting the Braviary as well. But let's see if Kangaskhan's actually bulky enough to survive this. Because if not, then it doesn't get a beat up off, and I think we're fine. If it gets beat up off, this game gets a little bit more awkward. But that's enough for a KO. Okay. Huh. I was really expecting Scarf Kangaskhan. Like, I really, really, really was. But I guess it's a good thing it's... I mean, it's fine. Braviary should be going down, so we're going to take a quick Pokemon deficit. Oh, they Airstream. That's a good play. Does that one-shot us? That is the weakness of Cobalion. It is relatively slow. Sorry, not slow. Not very offensive. I think we go on into Arcanine here then, because I have Will-O-Wisp. Could even Dynamax the Braviary, but that seems kind of sus. But I want to bring an Arcanine to get the Intimidate off here and just burn the Cobalion, so it doesn't really do that much. It's the Sylveon coming in, so yeah. I mean, this paves the way for Primarina in the late game, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I actually really could Max Strike here. Is Max Strike worth it? If it one-shots Sylveon, I actually think it's worth it. I just don't know if it one-shots Sylveon. They might have Quick Attack. Yeah, if they Quick Attack, I mean, that would just be so bad. So, since we're Scarfed, we have to just go for another Tailwind here. But I didn't want to bring him... Like, now by going for this play, I've stalled out... Okay, yeah, they had Quick Attack. That would have been a total toss if I Dynamax Braviary, I think, because it would have knocked us out anyway. It's a good thing we didn't. Okay, we hit Will-O-Wisp, thankfully. Hopefully it's not Lum. Lum could be bad. Let's see. Nope, not Lum. Okay, and it has Rockfall. That's fine. So we've stalled out Dynamax now. We have Tailwind up, which is good, and Cobalion is burnt, so it doesn't do that much. Now, we don't have a Berry, so we have to keep that in mind, but I think that's fine. Yeah, burnt Cobalion, like with no beat up, is just one sad Cobalion, honestly. So let's bring up Primarina. I think all we have to do to win this game is just play smart. Now, Cobalion has that Airstream boost, so it actually probably still outspeeds our Primarina right now. So we have to keep that in mind. But a Flare Blitz, we still have Flare Blitz into Cobalion. So actually the play I want to go for here is Max Strike into the Sylveon, Protect. So then the next turn I can just Flare Blitz Max Geyser for a double KO. And if I pick up a double KO, then whatever your last Pokemon is, Primarina should just be able to beat in the third turn of Dynamax. Even if you Protect, I can just go for a Strike to lower your speed. Yeah, because... So the main thing here is that I don't think Max Geyser one-shots the Sylveon, so I want the Max Strike and a little bit of Sandstorm chip damage, and I want Cobalion to take a little bit more chip damage as well, so I take less recoil from Flare Blitz. Plus, by decreasing the speeds here, Cobalion's back to neutral, Sylveon's at -1, we have Tailwind, so we should outspeed with both Pokemon in the subsequent turn. They might Protect with Sylveon here, though. But let's see. Cobalion shouldn't really put on offensive pressure against us right now. Okay, just Stone Edge coming up, that's fine. Yeah, by going for this, we also just prevent like any crit shenanigans from coming out, you know, which is valuable. That was really good damage from Max Strike, actually, wow. I don't even know if we need a Geyser then. Maybe we can just go for Starfall? But if we Geyser, we do set up the Rain for the last turn, which is valuable. So, I don't know. It's not Spec Sylveon, we can confirm that. That was to be expected, but... do we want to... Let's see, I have to take a look at what they have in the back. Also, yeah, I'm not confident in Starfall knocking out. Sylveon's a pretty bulky Pokemon from the special side. I actually wouldn't want to set up the Rain if the last one is the Kingdra. Starfall should pick up the knockout here. Yeah, I actually don't want to set up the Rain in case Kingdra is the last one. Don't want to risk that. I'm going to Flare Blitz Starfall here. Oh, I could have played that differently. I could have swapped it up and Flare Blitz Sylveon instead. I think Flare Blitz should one-shot. Let's see. Okay, good. Yeah, I think Starfalling here ends up being the correct decision because we don't need a Geyser on the last turn anyway. And now Primarina just kind of overwhelms my opponent. The last one's Dracozolt. Oh, but I just set up the terrain. So if Dracozolt is the last one, then it's a read this next turn as to whether I Starfall or Strike. Although, actually, you wouldn't knock out the Primarina, right? Because I'm faster than you. And so Boltbeak would be doing way less damage. Oh, wait, but that was our last turn of Tailwind. Ooh. What is it? It's Kingdra. Okay, thank goodness. So now... Okay, given that it's a Kingdra, actually, what we do is max Strike, so we outspeed with Primarina. Because we know that KO's Sylveon and Snarl here. Because we know we outspeed right now against the Sylveon, so I'm expecting Kingdra to protect. It doesn't protect, but that's fine. I don't think Kingdra can do anything against a Primarina. I just want to Strike here because Sylveon going for Hyper Voice is still going to hurt, right? And we know Sylveon protected last turn. Yep, just Muddy Water, that's fine. Yeah, Primarina beat this entire team as soon as we made it through the early game here. So that's kind of the value of the Scarf Braviary, though, right? Like, if we weren't Choice Scarf there, we would not get that Tailwind off. So our opponent was probably thinking, oh, I'm fine in this position and just go for a beat up. But Scarf Braviary is able to get that Tailwind off before we faint, allowing us to KO the Kangaskhan so that no potential beat up even happens. That's really, essential. So now it's a 1v1. Dynamax is over, but that's exactly why I did not want a Geyser, because if I Geysered and I set up the rain for the Kingdra, that's really bad news. That being said, I do think maybe Dracozolt would have been the correct Pokemon to have in the back for my opponent, because they did not have great Primarina answers. Although in general, their team was just kind of weak to Fairy. Like, there isn't a single Fairy resist, which is why I prioritize Primarina. So their win condition now is to get multiple accuracy drops and crits with Muddy Water. Protect here makes sense, just get some more Sandstorm chips, so makes, actually, wait, we should outspeed now, right? I actually should have been paying attention. I didn't see who outsped with Sand the previous turn. Because if we don't outspeed, then it would have been better to just have Starfall Flare Blitzed. Oh, he is faster. Wow, okay. Yeah, I should have gone for Starfall into Kingdra then and Flare Blitz into the Sylveon. Like, we're still fine here, barring crazy amounts of RNG. No accuracy drop. Okay, nice. Yeah, there's no reason not to Starfall into Kingdra and Flare Blitz into Sylveon there. I think that just would have been a better play. Because here we open ourselves up to the chance of, like, multiple crits and accuracy drops in a row. The odds of my opponent winning there are really slim, but, like, in that position, Arcanine's always going first anyway, right? So Flare Blitz into Sylveon's guaranteed. Yeah, I didn't need to get fancy with the Max Strike and the Snarl play there. Because I can miss Snarl as well, so I think just Flare Blitz into Sylveon and Starfall would have been better. What I was predicting was, like, a Protect potentially from that Kingdra, so I get that speed drop, but since Primarina is actually still slower than the Kingdra, that speed drop actually doesn't even matter. So that's good to know. I mean, that's something I should have actually known just based off Primarina here not being very invested in speed. But yeah, you can see the value of Choice Scarf Braviary. We used it literally to just set up Tailwind, and that alone was valuable enough. But we didn't get to Dynamax Hydreigon on that last one. I would love to get a Dynamax game with it. This is an interesting one. Kind of feels like a series, like one team, just with Urshifu. So there's obviously multiple Trick Room components. I mean, this actually could be a Max Hydreigon game, right? Because we could just Max Darkness, which is pretty nice. If my opponent wants to guarantee Trick Room, their lead here is Grimmsnarl plus a Trick Room setter. Actually, Hydreigon looks great here. So we're definitely maxing it here. Okay, I shouldn't say maxing it, but we're definitely bringing it. I think Hydreigon, Primarina, Feral, Arcanine looks good, with Dusclops potentially coming out here as well to reverse Trick Rooms, but it doesn't do very much damage is my one concern. I mean, how could you not lead Grimmsnarl Hat or Grimmsnarl Dusclops here? I would think it's Grimmsnarl Hatterene here, so I kind of want to go Hydreigon Ferrothorn. Primarina back, and Arcanine's the last one for Intimidate into Mudsdale. I don't know, a part of me really wanted to go Hydreigon and Primarina because we can Mac Darkness Hyper Voice, and the Hyper Voice gives us the Def Drop, but the thing is that if you're leading the Grimmsnarl, I'm not going to get the Primarina attack off anyway, so at least by bringing out Ferrothorn, I have something that can potentially just do a ton of damage into Hatterene. But let's see if they opt for, like, the Trick Room leads. It's a Dusclops, it looks like. An Urshifu. Oh, Primarina would have won this for us turn 1, probably. Okay. I should have gone with Primarina then. I didn't think they'd lead Urshifu. That's a cool lead. I wonder if it's Scarf Urshifu then to counter the Hydreigon here. Because I want to switch Ferrothorn out into Primarina right now. Honestly, contemplating a double switch, but that means I let Trick Room go up, and maybe letting Trick Room go up is fine in this position. I'm going to double switch here because I actually think there's a decent chance that Scarf Urshifu. Oh, that's super frustrating, because if I led Primarina, I could have just got Max Darkness Hyper Voice. Even if you're Scarf Urshifu, you don't knock out either of my Pokemon, we guarantee that Trick Room doesn't go up. At least on turn 1. But here, because I have Ferrothorn, Arcanine, and Primarina, Trick Room going up isn't actually the worst case. So I still don't regret this lead too much, because Grimmsnarl would have destroyed, or sorry, Ferrothorn would have destroyed Grimmsnarl Hatterene as a lead. But a little sad here. The thing is, this is the classic, like, you get Trick Room up, but then now you're stuck on the field out with Urshifu, and Urshifu's not very good under Trick Room, right? So I can Will-O-Wisp into that slot next turn and knock off into the Dusclops slot. Given that they went for close combat there, I really do think it's Scarfed, but can't confirm yet. And they Nightshaded, whoa. Okay. Good decision to not Trick Room there, then. I can't protect Arcanine. Arcanine's just gone. I think I just I'll Will-O-Wisp in case they try to switch out and just Hyper Voice here. That was a cool play turn 1. That's a great decision to not Trick Room there. But this is still fine, I think. We will lose Arcanine, but Arcanine wasn't that valuable in this set for us anyway. Maybe they also, like, are nervous and switch Urshifu out, but yeah, they just go for another close combat. If you're going for a second close combat there over Wicked Blow, I think that all but confirms that choice card for Urshifu, so. A little bit sad because Hydreigon Primarina probably would have just swept through this immediately, but it's fine. Now, I think now you'd want to set up Trick Room with the Dusclops, but that... It's sashed? Oh my goodness, it was actually sashed this whole time, wow. They don't Trick Room once again. Huh. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, we get Hydreigon out. Close combat's not going to knock out. Hydreigon's going to do a ton of damage, but I actually think I have to commit to Dynamax here to survive. And get the Spadef drop so that I can Max Darkness Hyper Voice. Okay, what if Trick Room goes up, though? I have Ferrothorn. Wait, Ferrothorn beats Muds, like, everything in the back, right? But so does Hydreigon, and we should survive close combat. So I'm going to Max Darkness Hyper Voice here. My only fear is if they Ally Switch. I probably just jinxed myself. I think they're going to Ally Switch. Yeah. Because they're not going to have Bulldoze on that team. So, I don't know. I mean, if they Ally Switch, we'll still get good damage off, but... Yeah. I don't know why they went for... Actually, close combat makes sense for the Ferrothorn switch in there. Yeah, it was too obvious. I realized right as I mentioned it. Oh. Wait, we're just faster than the Urshifu. Okay, that works. Right, this Hydreigon's max speed, I believe. So I think, what, we're 1 speed point faster than Urshifu? Just double checking. Yeah, nice. I totally forgot we were timid and not modest. That was almost a KO with the crit. Nice. Okay, we take those. That obviously was great, yeah. I mean, if a close combat goes off there, we're in a lot of danger. But yeah, I forgot we were timid and not modest, so nice. This is why you want to run max speed Hydreigon, so you outspeed those Urshifus by 1 point. Is that Grimmsnarl? Okay. That's fine. Let's just Quake. Oh, actually, I don't need a boost right now. Yeah, why don't we Darkness into the Dusclops slot and Hyper Voice? Because then we just get another Spadef drop. I think now we should win, actually. Yeah, they're just going to Fake Out. But now your Grimmsnarl is at -1 Spadef. I have 1 more turn of Dynamax. Like, this is the beauty of Dynamax Hydreigon, finally. This is why I wanted to lead Hydreigon Primarina, but I thought the one thing I was worried about was Grimmsnarl plus Hatterene. Because then you could Fake Out the Primarina, and Hatterene could just get up Trick Room, potentially. Although I guess the stat... Well, we're not one-shotting Hatterene anyway. Okay, so there might be a Light Screen coming out next turn, but I can still go for another Max Darkness Hyper Voice. Let's see what the Maxmon is here. I'd love to see Mudsdale. It's Dracozolt. Wow. Dracozolt. Okay. I don't know, I mean, Max Wormwind. Moonblast here seems fine. Unless this Grimmsnarl has... Oh, there might be Thunder Wave. There might be Thunder Wave. But we have Ferrothorn in the back. I think there's probably Thunder Wave here. Oh, wow. I didn't expect Dracozolt to be the last one. So they actually played the same. I'm not going to go Trick Room at all. Because if it were Mudsdale or Hatterene, this game definitely would have been over already. So, good. Fourth Pokemon in Brain. That was the right Pokemon to counter Primarina. Oh, they Max Guard. I should have Moonblasted Grimmsnarl there. The reason I wanted to target both of that slot was because if you Thunder Wave the Hydreigon and you Max Wormwind and it's like KO the Grimmsnarl, actually I think it would have been fine to KO Grimmsnarl there. Surprised that Thunder Wave went into Primarina though, but they might have been expecting a Protect from the Hydreigon slot. That being said, I think this is still okay, and we can just Draco Meteor and Moonblast. I could also double Protect this turn, which stalls out a turn to Max, another turn to Max. That might be the more optimal play here. Especially because we have Ferrothorn as the last one. That was a really nice play. I don't regret my play too much. Now it's just we're playing with Paralysis, which is scary. Double Protect is probably more optimal. It just means Primarina has to get another attack off. I'm just going for the attacks here, but yeah, I think Double Protecting would have been better here. What? I've never seen that before. Oh my god. I mean, if we hit the Draco, I think this is fine. Okay. They did not need a Swagger there. Like, you should just Thunder Wave us. Or even Swagger us. Like, what's the attack boost really doing there, right? Like, I think the optimal play there from the opposing end is to Thunder Wave and Wormwind into Hydreigon. My optimal play, though, earlier would have been to Moonblast into the Grimmsnarl, Max Wormwind. But once again, if my opponent Thunder Waves, gets the full para, Max Wormwind, KOs Hydreigon, and I Moonblast into... Wait. Yeah, no, I should have Moonblasted into... What was I thinking? No, okay. So what I was thinking was them... being faster with Dracozolt, so they Thunder Wave Hydreigon, get a full para, and then you Max Lightning into the Primarina. But I guess that doesn't make any sense. Right? Because if that happens, like, what does the play I accomplish do? Yeah, I should have Moonblasted into Grimmsnarl. No, wait, I mean, what I was thinking was if you do Thunder Wave and knock out the Hydreigon, at least I get damage onto the Dracozolt, but... I think knocking out Grimmsnarl is just better in that position, because then I have Ferrothorn in the back, and Ferrothorn probably wins the 2v1 against Dracozolt, because then we can just stall out the Dynamax. We have leftovers as well. Granted, Volbeat probably still does a ton of damage in Electric Terrain, so I don't know, but I think Moonblasting Grimmsnarl there probably would have been better. Either way, we get a Dynamax Hydreigon game in. Yeah, that ally switch was scary, but in the end actually didn't matter because we're faster with Hydreigon, so... yeah, that's one of the advantages of max speed Hydreigon. You outspeed those Urshifus. Another Urshifu, Charizard, Clef, and Diggersby. Okay. Someone in the comments section the other day was asking for Diggersby, so maybe we'll try out a team with it in the future. I don't know. I like Braviary Hydreigon here. I guess the problem with that is Clef, right? Clef is a kind of a nuisance here. Would you lead Clef here? I think it makes a lot of sense, actually, but... What do I want to bring? I'm thinking Braviary, Hydreigon, Primarina, Oh no, if I bring those, I need Arcanine just because my opponent has Ferrothorn. Like, that's just, like, the classic Ferrothorn, where if you don't bring it and my opponent brings Ferrothorn and they Iron Defense a bunch, like, we're just done for. So, yeah. Braviary, Primarina, or Braviary, Hydreigon? Like, the thing is, I'm gonna go Braviary, Hydreigon. I think it can put in a lot of work. I'm gonna go with Arcanine, and for the last one... The thing is that Primarina does so well into most of the offense. Ferro does wall the Rotom a little bit better, but... I think Ferro's so slow here as well. If I'm trying to go for a Tailwind-based strategy, like, Ferro doesn't thrive under the Tailwind, whereas Primarina does. The only reason I'd want to bring Ferro is for, like, two reasons. One, to wall Rotom a little bit, and have Power Whip into that slot, and two, for a knockoff into the Clefairy slot. So, yeah. Let's see. I think it's a cool team from the opposing end. Diggersby is just one of the strongest Pokemon, really, that you can have. And, you know, these Max Quakes, especially if you go Clef Diggersby. If they go Clef Diggersby, what do we do? Switch out into Arcanine? Brave Bird? Because I can't... My Hydreigon is pretty bad against that. Although the upside is that if I get Tailwind up, then Primarina can just come in. But that's Charizard Clef, okay. I guess that's not super ideal either. Yeah. I mean, I can obviously Tailwind here. I've got Primarina in the back. Question is whether we Dynamax that. We honestly might have to. I honestly want to just Tailwind Draco Meteor here. I mean, if they follow me, that's fine, I think. If they don't, we get so much damage on a Charizard. And, like, follow me here, like, are you going to go for follow me when I have Hydreigon out? I don't know. Kind of want to just go for it. Because even if it doesn't work out, it means you're not getting a Moonblast off. Because I do fear Moonblast from Clef right now. So, this is one of the downsides of Hydreigon. Clef is a pretty good answer to it. I mean, Redirection in general, it's tough for us to get a ton of damage off against Redirection users. Although, I guess, against Moongus, Max Darkness, Max Wormwind does a fair amount. But if they somehow don't end up going for Follow Me here and I get the Draco off, that's just going to put Charizard in Hyper Voice KO range. So, let's see. Even if they follow me here, though, I get the Tailwind off and a free switch into Primarina, so it's not awful. Yeah, and they don't go for Follow Me. I might lose both Pokemon here, though, as a result, so I don't know. Let's see. We'll see if that was actually worth it. Good damage, but not a ton. That's the ability. I mean, that's just the strength of Friend Guard, right? Yeah, I mean, if you're going for a Moonblast here, that's probably a double KO. That is a double KO, so I don't know if that was worth it. Maybe just Tailwind protecting Hydreigon would have been better. Let's see. Thunder Wave. Ah. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. That's interesting. Well, I guess I'll take that, because it means Hydreigon doesn't faint immediately. I think Primarina is a pretty clear answer to bring in right now. But the thing is that Clef definitely goes for Follow Me now, right? We have Tailwind up, though. Okay. I mean, I don't mind Max. I'm going to be honest. I actually want a Starfall here. It's going to be a 2-hit KO onto Clef anyway, and the Starfall prevents further Thunder Waves. These Thunder Waves are actually pretty annoying. Although I think now, if you're my opponent, you Thunder Wave Primarina, Max Airstream. I think Charizard, the Charizard probably Airstreams. Ah, this is really tricky. I haven't seen Thunder Wave Clef before, honestly. But yeah, we couldn't Dynamax Hydreigon here. I could just Hyper Voice outright. This is not the right play. Oh, I think we timed out. So maybe the game will reward us with a slightly better play than the one I made. I don't know. The thing is that I felt forced to bring in Arcanine in this matchup just because of the Ferrothorn, but you can see how useless it is against like my opponent's duo right now. So Braviary Primarina would have been a better lead here. Hydreigon was kind of weak into a Clef. They Max Guarded. Ah, that makes sense. Well, then the switch I wanted to make actually would have been fine. Hilariously enough. But I can KO Clefairy easily next turn, which is good. Yeah. I think if you're my opponent, you're going to Airstream into the Hydreigon. I don't even know. Okay, opted for Dark Pulse. Good job, Hydreigon. You tried your best. Yeah, because if I actually switched out into Arcanine there, I don't take the Residual, and I can Snarl the next turn, but whatever. That's still fine. Here we go for the Geyser onto the Charizard slot in case Clef doesn't follow me. And I think we just sack the Hydreigon. I'll go for Draco in case Clef follow me's. I knock out the Clef and then Draco goes off into the Charizard slot. Yeah, so they go for the safe follow me here. Okay, so the good thing is that Primarina is in a good spot. The bad thing is I gave up a lot just to get up Tailwind and Rain. It might be worth it, though, because Primarina under Tailwind looks really good against my opponent's entire team. It's just that Charizard here is going to Airstream, and that means it should outspeed us in subsequent turns. Yeah, and they target Hydreigon. So if we had Arcanine out earlier, I could have gotten a Snarl, but honestly, I also don't mind this very much. Like, both options were fine. Now I have a healthier Arcanine, which could be important if my opponent does have that Ferrothorn in the back, but once again, the problem is the G-Max Wildfire. Sorry, more so the speed boost from the Max Airstream, so if there's a Ferrothorn in the back, it's looking kind of dicey, but Primarina did look pretty good against my opponent's entire team, so we'll see. Fun games either way today. I think, if anything, the second game highlights the strength of Hydreigon. This third one shows that if you lead poorly with it, it is kind of just a sitting duck. So, It could have been good for us in the back. I definitely should have led Braviary Primarina in this game. There's Ferrothorn, though. That's what I want to see. Okay. Because I can Will-O-Wisp into that slot. Or I could just Flare Blitz Geyser and just, like, try to chunk it right now, immediately. I think Geyser and Rain knocks out Charizard here anyway. Charizard's not really that scary. I still have one more turn of Tailwind left, too. There's no way where you protect the Charizard. Would you protect the Ferrothorn, though, is the question? I mean, if we hit Will-O-Wisp... The only problem is that they go for the hard read and Iron Defense this specific turn. I think I'm actually going to just try to snipe Ferrothorn here. Because if they Iron Defense, we just hard lose right now. Okay, they don't protect. That's what we want to see. I'm assuming this double up KOs, but... come on, it's Rain boosted. Max Geyser, 150. Sea Incense. It's a lot of recoil, though, unfortunately. He's got Scorching Sand. That might just KO us. Okay, it doesn't KO. I don't know. The thing is, if Rotom's in the back, like, we probably lose this anyway, but I think I had to go for the... I don't know. Will-O-Wisp Geyser could have worked, but then I don't get all that damage on a Ferrothorn. Okay, at least we knocked out a Ferrothorn. That's good. It's rare to see a Primarina just knock out a Ferrothorn, but that's why we needed to double up onto it. Because I do think, like, if you get the Iron Defense off there, what in the world do I do, right? So, a Protect there probably would have ended us, but that was kind of a read. That being said, I think if Rotom comes out here, we're still in... It's Urshifu, though. We probably still lose, though, I think. Yeah, because Urshifu's gonna... Unless it's not Sash Urshifu. Double Wicked Blow just knocks us out. Obviously, I Hyper Voice here. And I think I have to hope that Urshifu, for some reason, does not target Arcanine. And then I protect myself from a Charizard attack. I think the odds of that are pretty slim, though. Yeah, I went for Air Slash. Unless it's not Sash Urshifu for some reason, which would be really odd. Actually, you should just double up into Primarina, given that you have Air Slash. We survive? Don't flinch. I did not think we would survive that. Are you serious? How, Primarina? You're so good. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I mean, yeah, that's... Unless there's some random spread attack that comes out now, but that should just be the game. The thing is, given that play... No, I mean, I can't protect Will-O-Wisp because you still get the Wicked Blow damage off anyway. So, yeah. We need to just hope for an Air Slash miss or, you know, survive those attacks. I can't believe that, though. I really can't. It was not looking great for us in this game, honestly. Because I forced the Hydreigon a little bit too much in that third game, I think. But in the end, it was... you know, getting that Draco Meteor damage off was important just so that I put the Charizard in potential KO range. I just think the lead was bad. Like, Hydreigon is so good if you lead it properly, but I feel like my leads today were really, really subpar. I've only played a couple of games with this team. Try to get some practice in before, you know, recording this episode, but I think I'm still trying to, you know, figure out what the best, like, lead combos are. I know Edu specifically is also a player that, like, plays really defensively often, so I wonder if I should be, like, leading Arcanine more just to kind of stall out the early game and then, like, pave the way for Hydreigon in the late game instead of just forcing all this heavy offense immediately. So the games ended up working out, but I definitely think they could have been a little bit better played. Like, I don't know. Second game, I don't really regret my decision. I also think my opponent kind of threw by going for the the swagger instead of just trying to Thunder Wave me. I didn't understand that, but we would have been a lot better off if I just let Hydreigon Primarina. This third game, Hydreigon probably should have been in the back instead of as a lead. I honestly don't even remember that first game. I'm still trying to process these last two matches, but those are definitely some fun games. So, yeah. Thanks as always for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to check out Edu. Go check out the team as well. All that good stuff is linked in the description below, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, peace.